I don't really have an
Just
introduction for this, so I guess first and foremost, man, Paschy, it's been literal years since we last talked, man. I mean, like obviously
it's been
DMs and stuff here and
like
there, very briefly about
3 years
like
or something.
your Steam getting hacked or sold or whatever, but like other than that, I don't think we've really chatted in a really long time, man. How you been?
Yeah, everything has been good. I've been away quite a long time. I thought I would be away forever, to be honest. I thought I would never play the game again. And then kind of starting, I don't know, in the summer, I had a feeling like, I kind of want to play Rocket League again, but I'm a type of person that doesn't like just play it a few hours, you know?
Right.
So I was like, if I fully have the feeling I want to go play a ton of Rocket League again, and if I do so, I would also do content at the same time, because that's a thing I actually regretted a lot, to not like stop doing my content, stop streaming and such,
Right.
stop doing YouTube. So here I am since 10 days, because I ordered a streaming PC 2 weeks ago, and then it arrived on Friday. Not this Friday, the last Friday. And since then, I've basically been grinding Rocket League a ton. I think 7 or 8 hours average.
So you're
Which
telling
is
me that you're gonna go pro again, right? That's the play.
I don't know. No, my main focus was doing content, but I mean I've been improving a lot, and I'm having a ton of fun playing Rocket League again, which I haven't had since 2016. Like training and stuff. I think
Okay.
actually streaming while playing makes it more enjoyable to play Rocket League, because it's like how you call it? It's a switch, not the same thing over and over.
Right.
I know it's more entertaining. Just so basically, when I play on stream, it feels like I've been playing for 1 hour, and then it's 3 hours. And if I like, the feeling I used to have was, oh man, I've been playing for 5 hours, and then I've been just playing for 1 hour. So
I'm sure it helps too. I mean, obviously, you're in a very unique circumstance to where you obviously have, despite the hiatus of fan base, you've got people that follow you and support you and your crew no matter what. The fact that you've come back, like obviously you're an iconic name. For those that don't know your history, like it's not like you were a scrub in the scene. Like you kind of went to some world championships, you performed on some pretty decent teams. Like you did some things in your career. So I think even if you took that hiatus, you came back. Like it just goes to show, like if you're really dedicated to it, like I think you've been pulling like 300 plus concurrent. Like you're doing well. So having that fan base and that support, I'm sure really helps with the stream side, where you're just not just sitting there clicking buttons. And then you look at chat and it's just you and Nightbot. Like you actually have people to interact with, and I'm sure that's where that 3 hours goes by really quickly. So I guess the biggest contrast I have from you, like right out the gate, is it's been a while. What's the difference for you, like between like interacting with the community, playing the game? Like, what are the contrasts in your mind? Like, are you still like crushing it at the GC / Supersonic Legend level, or like what are you up to in the contrast?
Well, when I started, I think I was at 1,500 MMR, which is, I think,
Yeah, it's like
Grand
just out.
Champion.
It's just outside of GC. Yeah.
Yeah, and then basically I improved every day, and now I'm at 1,800, I think, in 10 days, which is actually
That's gonna make a lot of
crazy.
people upset.
Yeah, the improvement has been pretty big. And today I had the feeling where I like playing a lot of 1,800 games. I actually played against Panda.
Yeah.
I won against him.
Oh god.
It was basically the first pro I played against, and I won. But then the second game he won. But it was actually amazing. All of my chat was just going like crazy, and I was going full tryout mode. Now I know how people played against me when I used to play ranked, like just go
Yeah.
full tryhard. That's how I played today.
Okay.
And but it's amazing. I mean, I was expecting to have 50 viewers or something, because I'm just streaming full in German,
Right.
And now 10 days later, I mean, like you said, 300 viewers average and 530 subs or something, which is absolutely crazy. I thought I would have 50 subs in 10 days. Now it's 10 times the amount. So yeah, I guess it's the right thing to play Rocket League now.
Yeah, man. I mean, obviously with free to play and everything else, it's definitely blown up, and it's come a long way, obviously, over the years. I mean, from the gap that you've had, I mean, a lot of things have changed. Obviously, RLCS going to the circuit system and all that kind of stuff, and recently free to play. But even more so, I find it very interesting that you've decided to go German only, which I mean, obviously, if you've seen KDOP and Fairy Peak and those guys, the ability to be French only, and French obviously having a massive community, because apparently that's what you need to do to be good in Rocket League now is be French. But
Yeah.
having that German fan base has got to be really cool too, where you can speak in your native tongue and just be able to, you know, without I guess any discretion, be yourself and just kind of do your thing, and it's accepted as well as it is. I mean, it's got to be a really cool feeling, man.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I wasn't expecting the German scene to be that huge. So many people are turning in and just talking about the past, like that they followed me, and it's just really cool to hear and see and have that many viewers, just pure German, and so many new viewers coming in.
So
The followers,
it's been a trip down memory
yeah.
lane a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Any like favorite moments or anything that have been brought up that you like kind of remember back that have kind of escaped the mind for a long period of time?
Not that anything I can think of. I think.
What was
nothing really special came up, you know?
I mean, okay, so obviously Rocket League has been kind of back and forth for you, but I mean, you made the commitment to go to it, but what were you actually doing before that? Like, where have you been? What have you been doing? I have no idea.
Oh, this time you mean?
Yeah, like it's legitimately been a year plus, man. Like, what have you been doing?
I've been doing an apprenticeship. I think that's how we call it.
Okay.
You have to do some basically work for 3 years to get a degree.
Okay.
And schooling and such. So that I've been doing that kind of salesman, that category.
A little intimidating. Paschy as a salesman, but I think I can work with it. You just like bully people into like buying stuff, or do you like just flex at them and be like, buy it, and then they do it?
Insurance, actually.
Okay, insurance. So you're on the phone primarily?
Yeah, at the moment, primarily, and online thing because of Corona, you know?
Yeah.
You can't really visit the people. They don't want you to visit them, yeah.
True. Makes sense.
But yeah, I've been having the feeling that it's not the right thing for me, you know? I don't know if it's content, what's right for me. I've been having a ton of fun right now. Never had that amount of fun playing Rocket League and streaming. So I mean, I would just keep grinding the game and see where it goes. Maybe in a few months from now, I would just be top level again. Because I mean, having a ton of fun playing and grinding the game is a really good mix to improve, which I didn't have the past time when I was a pro. Actually, it was I had to force myself to play, and I was just hoping the time to go by. I was like, okay, now I played 4 or 5 hours, I can stop playing now.
Right, it was more of like a chore.
Yeah, now it's like, oh my god, I want to keep on playing. I don't want to go sleep and such, which I had in the beginning of the game when I streamed. So I think the mixture of streaming and playing maybe will get me somewhere. I don't know. All the people in the chat, of course, want me to go pro, and I just don't know.
I mean,
they just want me to keep grinding. Like when I say I want to go off, they say, "Come on, play one more game." They just don't want me to stop.
it's a good feeling to have that kind of backing, you know, the people that are just literally urging. And it's got to be a rewarding feeling knowing that the next time you come back, those same people are going to be there urging you to play more and more. So I guess the only concern I have is obviously right now, I think you can kind of just take it as you go. You know, you can try content, you can do this, you can do that with no rush. And hopefully you don't have any like financial limitations that really hold you back from being able to really dedicate to the content creation side or whatever it may be. But I think that's the exciting thing is, you know, you may find out that you may be getting, you know, higher and higher in the rank, and you start pushing into those high level plays, and you could consider going back. Obviously, the comeback would be insane, you know, on broadcast if we're like, yep, you know, it's RLCS and Paschy is back. It's been 2 years. Like, people would shit their pants, dude. Like, it would be insanity.
Yes, but same for me. I like when I started playing on Friday. That Friday, people are coming into stream and said, "Yo, you're coming back, doing the comeback," and I'm just like, "How is that even possible?" But now, like after 10 days, the improvement I've made it's I don't know. It's hard to say like, no, I won't be a pro anymore, because now I have all this grinding and in my mind I just want to go back and compete. I don't know, like I don't even know what to say. Like I don't it wasn't even my goal to go back pro at all, and now it's kind of a thing again, but only the months will show. Like maybe
are you thinking about it? Like, it's something that's not completely out of the realm of possibility? It sounds like it's something that if time pending, you know, you find yourself that capability, you would consider it.
Yeah, I think for me it's if I get back in the next 3 months, if I get into top 100 and ranked, I think it will be okay. Let's just try it again, you know. I can't put more time into Rocket League than I'm doing right now. So I can't say, okay, let's put more time in. I
Right.
just have to keep doing it. But if I reach top 100 and ranked on leaderboards, I think it will be somehow possible again. Because I mean, after 2 years of not playing and then going back into top 100 in a game that 75 million people play, that would be pretty sick already. Like that would be my. I didn't think I would make top 100, and now I'm, almost SSL.
Sounds like you had
So,
your clickbait for your videos already, man. Like, jeez. I mean, that's crazy though. I mean, they have that kind of have that muscle memory, just have it not go away. I mean, is there any like from playing at the higher ranks and stuff? Is there any mechanics that you're just looking at like, man, that was never a thing? How do people do that? Like, is there anything that you're struggling with?
A ton of mechanics. Yeah, I'm just learning all of them right now. Like the musty flick thing.
Yeah.
I don't think the musty flick on when the ball's on top of your car is that great, but the musty flick when it's mid air or going from the wall, that's like just super overpowered in my opinion.
Being able to set up that double touch. Yeah.
Yeah, the people that scored that on me, I was like, what the hell was he doing? Like I didn't even expect him to do that, and it's he just always scored. And now I'm kind of thinking about, okay, he can do it again, but it's just so not very many, like how you call it, not that many people do it.
Right.
So when someone pulls it off, he just always scores against me. And the speed flip I had to learn, that was really difficult because you do the same kickoff for 4 years.
Yeah.
And then people come in your chat and say, hey, yo, you know about the speed flip? You have to do it during kickoff now. And I was like, what is that?
You do it during, you do it while during kickoff. You do it while you rotate. You do it like it's just the new way to like dodge. It's just how it is.
Yeah, I learned it now. Actually, like today was the first day where I had good kickoffs again.
Okay.
With the same speed from my opponent, so I kind of know how to do the speed flip now. But that was really difficult because you just have to put in your brain that you have to pull your stick back while doing a flick, which just feels.
By the way, chat,
totally
if there's any
wrong.
questions you guys want for Paschy, let me know.
Now it's actually the right thing to do. Yeah.
It's gotta be crazy though, man. Just seeing that contrast as a player like on the field, and all of a sudden you see these people come in. Like, I don't know if you've looked up like Henkovic or any of those guys that do like Deca flip resets or anything. I don't know if you've seen any of that kind of nonsense.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think that stuff would happen, but being a pro and then seeing that stuff work out, like there's been some mechanics that just haven't really been utilized in pro play because they're just not viable. Like people that are doing like wave dashes off the ceiling and stuff to stay up there, and like things that just aren't viable. But I mean, you're still seeing people that are doing crazy things with double flip resets, and it's happening in the competitive scene. Like, I mean, I don't know if you got to watch like RLCS anytime recently.
Yeah, I've heard it's really difficult to do the like multiple flip resets for pros because of the low dead zone.
Yeah, they challenge you too quick. Like you just don't have space.
Yeah, you've had to do like a keybind for stalling your flip, which isn't allowed. I think. I think you're not allowed to do keybinds. So yeah, I think stalling won't be a thing in Rocket League because people won't put up their dead zone just to be able to do stall. I think so I think like the multiple flip resets won't be a thing in the pro scene, but like 2 or 3 flip resets, which is possible, but doing a normal flip, that's pretty insane also.
Well, apparently at this rate, man, it's only been what you said, 10 days. Give it another 10, you'll be doing double flip resets yourself. Apparently, that's what it feels like, man. Which is so depressing for the rest of us.
I just gotta learn so many new mechanics. It's insane.
It's gotta be exciting though, man.
Yeah. But I actually thought I wouldn't be able to do all this stuff like that fast. It's just, I think that just shows how important having fun to play the game is, and grinding. That mixture is just really important because if you're having fun, you just improve so much faster.
Yeah, I think it's it's something that you mentioned too, like towards the tail end of your career, it became more of a chore. So finding that like revigoration of, that extended break, I'm sure like after not playing a game that you were so dominant in for so long, to come back and still like have to progress, like you're no longer at the very top, right? It's got to be a rewarding feeling. It's like playing an RPG where you're trying to level a character and it's just like, well, I'm not the max level anymore, I still got to grind, which is I think a really fun experience.
Today when I had the first game going over 1,800, it felt like playing the World Cup. I was so exciting. I was so tryharding to just get past the 1,800.
And to think that's just ranked, right?
Yeah, it was just amazing. When I was playing Panda, it just felt like totally new playing against a pro player. It's amazing. It's just so much fun.
The game is a lot different from the defensive counterattack clear stuff you guys played. back when you were a pro. I mean, you guys perfected playing a ton of defense and then just punishing on the other side with a, kind of a full force counter. You got some guys in the chat, specifically Wavepunk, who's saying hi, and is wondering, are you still driving your Mustang?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I am.
I'm sure he just picked one up a couple years back himself, so I'm sure he's loving to hear that.
I just love the car, and Wavepunk I think also does. Hey Wavepunk,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, I think he's a little obsessed with his. But
The last time I talked
fair.
to Wavepunk is also, I still remember, I think it was at the LAN in London. The last time I spoke to Wavepunk is so long ago.
Season 5, yeah. You're talking 9, 10. You're talking like what, 2 years? Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe more, maybe less. Damn, dude. That's crazy. What about in-game?
Yeah.
Octane, what are you using?
Yeah, Octane. I tried the Fennec and it's just, I don't have the feel for it. I need my Octane.
That's fair, man. Did you watch, have you watched any RLCS lately?
The people want me to do viewing party in German, and I think I will start doing that a few times.
Free content, man.
Actually, yeah, it's quite fun. Yeah, I've been watching some RLCS, and it's actually amazing. Like BDS, it's just I don't know. I'm kind of surprised how they play because they're so close to each other and don't mess each other up.
Right.
Which just shows how great they are as a team.
Have you watched the difference between like NAEU or anything like that, and like any comparisons you can make? Because it's,
well, I've been starting to watch NRG because I just like the players that are on the team.
Right.
Like I'm a squishy fan.
You and everybody else and their mother. That's fair. Yeah, man, it's come a long way. I mean, you're seeing definitely a difference in playstyle, but I mean, you talk about like how closely they follow each other in comparison to what it used to be in the past. I mean, obviously the speed of the game is definitely amplified since you last played. But I think teams like obviously like BDS, I think G2 is a really good example of it as well. If you want to watch a team that like they're basically sniffing each other's butts the entire time in the field, man. I mean, you watch one guy go up for an aerial, and even before the play develops, you've got someone like Chicago or JNAP's up ready for the touch, and like sometimes that's why they can put 18 shots a game on target. But they're also susceptible to defense. So like it's very interesting to see the difference in the more methodical play and approach, which is more similar to how you guys played way back. But
yeah,
dude, it's come a very long way, and I'm sure it's got to be a little bit eye opening. And from what it sounds like from your perspective, super exciting to just get back into it and experience that difference in level. I mean, 1800 like is still commendable, but it's still so unbelievably far off the very top, which I'm sure for you has got to be a really fun feeling.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like, I just have no pressure at all because I'm just fully focusing on content. So
right,
if becoming pro just comes an option, it will just be completely mind-blowing. I think no one ever would have expected that for me to come back and be a pro.
After the way you left, I didn't think so, man. I thought you were like checking out for good. You're like, all right, man, it'll be there, but I honestly we didn't expect to hear from you, man. I really didn't.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's not possible anymore. You don't know, but I think it's more possible now than it was 10 days ago. And the people on my stream also say the same thing. I mean, maybe they're just saying that because they like me, But I mean, I'm just getting huge support.
Which has got to be a driving force for sure. I mean, what was the initial reason? I mean, obviously you said you started like 10 days ago, but like what after so many years was the reason of being like, did you just have an urge to play Rocket League again? Or like, what was the driving force behind you saying like, I'm actually going to sit down and play the game?
It's a mix out of doing content in German and playing the game again, just keep grinding. And since it has been so successful, it's just I try to play as much as I possibly can while doing my other job, and it's also working because it's a good connection. People are basically writing me over my business email to buy insurances or insurance. I can't pronounce the word correctly.
You nailed it. You're fine.
Yeah. Okay. So it's quite working good. I mean, I have to go to school also, but besides that, I can fully focus on streaming. Yeah, which it's just perfect.
It sounds like you're just you're doing it and approaching it the right way. Like your mentality is like it's fun, not it's a job, it's work, it's fun. And I think that's why you're able to do both the the 9 to 5 as we call it, your insurance job as well as streaming and doing that. I mean, it's definitely going to take it a toll. And as someone who also grinds like crazy, obviously take your mental breaks and do your thing to take care of yourself. I know you're 10 days in and everything's exciting, but give yourself some days off too. Not that I listen to any of that of my own words, and I'm sure my mods will yell at me for it in a second. But no, man, like it's cool to see you kind of get back into it. I mean, other than Rocket League, do you have any plans to like expand outside of that? Because I think that's the number one issue a lot of content creators have is they focus so hard on one game, but they never give themselves. I think you already have that niche of being a German speaking, and nobody else in this scene really does that. I don't know any other streamers that speak German only, but being able to take that fan base that loves you for you, not just Rocket League, and then, you know, maybe the first 3 hours of your stream is Rocket League, but then, you know, hour 4, 5, 6, whatever it may be, however long you go, you know, maybe you play some other games that are single player games or FPSs or something else. Because being completely honest, Rocket League is not a game that is good for Twitch. Obviously, you are a very specific circumstance with being a former pro, going to world championships, you know, being German speaking. Like, you have a niche, but do you have any plans to expand upon outside of that? Because, like, we know you're good at Rocket League, Paschy, but are you good at FPS? Are you good at other games? Like, I want to know.
I started playing Warzone. I don't know
Okay.
if you know it. The
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
And in April, and my KD was 0.9 in the beginning, and that was 3. So that's pretty decent. So I've been
Better?
grinding
That's
Warzone
better, man.
Huh?
That's a lot better.
That's a lot better. Yeah, I've been grinding it for a few months, but now since I've been playing Rocket League, I just stopped playing it.
Right.
But yeah, but I don't have any other plans to stream other games now, because like I said, all my time is going full Rocket League now, and it's a lot of fun. Like I don't think I want to play other game now. I'm just going full Rocket League.
Okay.
There were like 2 days ago, I was just chilling with my stream on full cam mode for 2 hours, and the people didn't leave, so that was a really good feeling to have.
I mean, that's my stream all the time, man.
Yeah. That's just a good feeling, and
yeah,
probably for you also, if people just hang out with you and you know, okay, so you're probably not that bad of a person. If the people just
depends on who you ask.
chill out and stream, yeah.
Depends on who you ask. Yeah, man. I mean, I think it's kind of a cool thing. I mean, self-reflection on it too. I mean, obviously, I no longer cast for the RLCS. I mean, I got let go at the beginning of this year, so it's been almost a year now that I haven't done RLCS. And the fact that we pull as many people as we do, and we just shoot the shit. You know, we sit and talk with chat, and it can be anywhere from music and other personal interests to Rocket League stuff. You know, the fact that my stream has literally become the one thing that chat hates during the RLCS broadcast, which is Rocket League. You know, the caster sitting there and talking and having to fill for time. That's literally what my stream is, and it pulls, you know, good viewership, you know, in comparison. So yeah, it is
Are you also doing viewing parties while at RCS?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Might have to do some together, even though I don't speak German, so maybe not.
Yeah.
That wouldn't work.
Yeah, I think doing the German thing is also a good
Yeah.
picture. A lot of people are really hyped for it, to have some kind of big German streamer to come out like that.
I mean, a lot of my fan base is European. They try to get me to speak like Dutch, and it just does not work. My dialect does not allow me to say words with that many vowels in it. So, I try, but yeah, I think having that, because in the past when Twitch used to take care of RLCS, they had multiple broadcasts. I mean, they had the French broadcast, German, English, French. There was like 4 or 5 different broadcasts that you could tune into in your natural language. And that just isn't a thing anymore. So having someone where you can go and you don't have to do that, and, you know, you're talking from a former pro's perspective, being able to, whether it be provide insight or just hang out with and not have to, you know, deal with speaking the other language, I think is a really cool thing, man. Like, I don't think it's something that a lot of people really talk about, because English obviously has just become the primary for a lot of people, especially in esports. It's just they assumed like you're going to speak English. Good luck. But
yeah,
I think being able to provide that niche, I think is something that I think is really understated, because there is a lot of people from that area that do enjoy Rocket League, as you're obviously finding out.
Yeah, that's true. And talking about the Rocket League stream, there's just one thing. Like, I think that they've been doing it great, having all these different streams and whatever.
Mhm.
The only thing I don't like is when the last time I watched the Rocket League stream, the main Rocket League stream, they had 4 different screens on the main stream, which I was like, what's going on? Like, I just didn't like that, having 4 different streams.
It's the Overtime show, because so if you don't know, the grid is, instead of doing like Rocket League covering it and having multiple streams, and you can watch like maybe 1 or 2 of the games, what the grid is every team has the capability to broadcast their own matches. So like, I cover, I'm one of the casters for the former Cloud9 roster, version 1, which is Torment, Gimmick, and Calm. I don't know if you remember Calm. He probably played at Leipzig or something like that with you guys under Bolsend. I don't know if you remember that, but
I don't remember that player actually.
young kid.
Someone asked me if I knew him, and I just don't.
Yeah, he's a young kid, super cracked. But so I cover like version 1 has their own broadcast, and the only way you can watch version 1 matches is if you watch either version 1's broadcast or if you watch their opponent. So every single team, all 16 teams, get to cover their own matches, which allows the it allows each organization to, you know, have a different perspective. Is it a viewing party with like Athena cheering on Rizzo, or is it a super sweaty like bias cast where Spaceman and Rogue just like talk shit to G2 players, or, you know, like it's a different. So like each broadcast has its own flair and own uniqueness, and organizations are allowed to like customize their own API to show like boost meters and like a mini map and stuff. So like each one has its own flair. But then overtime is basically like if you watch like the American Football League, the NFL, they have like an NFL red zone is what it's called, which is basically like it only shows the highlights. Basically, they have 2 guys there that are there like watching all the matches and are like, okay, this is the important thing that just happened in this one, important thing in that one. Okay, on to this next game, and they just try to keep track of all the matches.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah, but it's definitely, as a consumer just tuning in, you're like, why am I watching 4 games of Rocket League right now? This is ridiculous. So, and it's actually not 4, it's 8. So
yeah,
it's, I mean, you've got essentially, you know, 16 teams playing, so you have 8 matches going on at any given time. So Rocket League in general went from, I mean, when you were a pro, what, you know, 2 games a weekend tops. Now there's like 66 best of 5s in just regionals. Like, and that's on one day.
It's sick.
Yeah, there's a lot of Rocket League going on, so we've been telling people primarily.
Which I really like, cause when I was a pro, I just thought, at the end, I just wanted to play tournaments and such, but they were just non-available. So now having that option also motivates me to maybe do a comeback. But it's like, it's not my main goal, cause I don't want to be disappointed, you know. But I just want to have maybe, I just maybe want to. I'm just thinking in my head, how crazy would it be if I do a comeback? It's just it's just a thing now for me.
You can't say that stuff, man, because it's gonna go to YouTube and the people are gonna be like, Paschy coming back. Like, that's probably, I'm gonna clickbait it. Paschy coming back to the RLCS Pog, and like, and people are gonna be like, what? And I'll be like, yeah, he's just making content. Sorry, guys. You know, that's what YouTube is. I'll clickbait now.
I fully support the title. If you don't put it, I don't want you to upload it.
I'll have to clip this part, put it at the beginning, be like, yeah, I fully support your title, and then I'll be like, okay, and then I'll play the intro after.
Okay, perfect, nice.
Yeah, no, Paschy's trying to get me in trouble already. It's only been 10 days, Paschy. You're already trying to get me in trouble. I don't expect anything different, man. Oh man, it's awesome to have you back. It really is. I think you always had a pretty strong personality in the scene, whether it was good or bad on people's opinions. I mean, for a long time, I think you kind of played the villain for some people.
Maybe.
I've never had that issue with you.
Because of market, most likely.
I mean, yeah, market doesn't help. I mean, at the end of the day, market paid their players. That's all that mattered, right? So.
Well, we kind of needed market in one circumstance, because we, like, after season 3, I think, no, after, was it season 2? I don't know. At some point, I just didn't have a team and no teammates, and then I picked up Ferry, and Ferry and I thought about who could we play with, and it was Freaky, but Freaky was in the contract with Penta, and no org would have made that risky move to buy out Freaky without having any kind of safety, because we had to play the qualifier. So that's why we had to ask Market, and Market bought out Freaky, which was 5k or something, and that's why
a lot of money back then too.
Yeah, that's why we signed with Market again. So that was the reason the second time we went for Market.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, Market's had its ups and downs in this community. A lot of downs. But, I mean, from a business perspective, yeah, they did some shady stuff. They tried to approach players. Like, the list goes on and on. But I do know from the players' perspectives, whoever was represented by them was, for the most part, happy. Like, you guys were taken care of. You know, they paid you guys on time. Like, for what you needed for the organization, they did. The shittiest thing was, you know, season 2, where they're approaching flip side before the matches are even done. Like, your team's sitting there competing, and you're already looking to buy out another team. Like, that's kind of bad practices. So, other than that, I mean, as a player,
that wasn't that great. But we also knew that they were interested in flip side.
I mean, who wasn't? It felt like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's obviously
that was that great.
Not the best business practices in the way that they went about handling things, but from what I know, the players, primarily you, and I guess you can address this, is, I mean, from when you were with Market, like, it sounds like they treated you well and helped you guys get what you needed.
Yeah, of course. Like I never felt pressured from them, which was for me a very important thing from organizations, that they don't pressure you. Like they don't pressure you to make content or whatever. They just let you play, which was for me very important back
Mhm.
then.
Do you have any
Now, yeah.
do you have any like favorite teammates? Any like people that you really miss playing with?
Well, my mates back in the days, Killer, Jeezy, and Siki. But now I've played some tournaments with Siki, but we just have no.
Killer
I don't know.
Killer just sent
We
me a
just
friend
don't.
request on Steam like the other day.
Really?
Yeah, he's still
Okay.
unless his account got hacked, but like there was like 50 some friends in common, so it had to be him.
Yeah, but Killer doesn't really play Rocket League anymore. He's just, I think, playing for fun now.
So, I mean, time to motivate him, Paschy. Bring it back. Bring the boys back. Come back to her, man. I mean, fucking who is it? Cookser and Flakes started a team called Swag because Cookser just got the boot from Team Liquid.
Yeah, I saw that. But I don't know if I still remember Cookser telling me 2 years ago that he doesn't like Rocket League anymore at all. So I don't know if he still has the mind to play it. I think I have some kind of advantage towards other players because it just Rocket League feels totally new for me. It's like a new game.
Right.
It's super fun, like it was when I first started playing the game. So yeah, I think that's kind of an advantage for me. But I mean, I'm not at all at pro level now. We can do an interview again in 3 months and see how it went. Maybe I'm still sitting at 1,800.
3 months from now,
MMR,
Paschy's winning the winner split. Like, what the hell's going on? Like, he subbed in or something. Like, it's like, I mean, if you keep improving at 300 MMR every 10 days, man, in 3 months we've got a problem because you've broken the system somehow. I assume it'll stagnate a little bit, but I mean, I'm excited to see the progression too. I mean, for anybody who's watching, I mean, are you Paschy90 on everything, all socials?
Yeah, everything. Totally.
On Twitter, on Twitch, all that kind of stuff. So I mean, for those that are watching that want to, and obviously I'll leave links to the description down below. But I mean, seriously, I would, and I plan to. I mean, I lurk because I don't speak German, but I plan to. I mean, continue. I still lurk, but I'll tune in and just see like, okay, it's been a couple days. Let's see where he's at now. And it's gonna be 18. Now it's gonna be 1900, and just see that natural progression. Or maybe I come in and you've dropped like 300 MMR because you're getting gate capped. I don't know. We'll find out. But I'm excited to watch.
In the morning, I always lose because just play awful in the morning. I just can't play. But when I play awful, I still improve. So it's Maybe in 1 week you should check it out. Maybe I'm still 1,800. Maybe I dropped. Maybe I'm SSL. If I reach SSL, I'll be totally hyped. Because a few days ago,
man. Season ends in 9 days. Chop.
Yeah, a few days ago, I made a poll and asked the people what they think, how long it would take me to get SSL, and the average answer was 2 or 3 months. And now I'm 60 points away from SSL, so it's kind of amazing.
A little bit ahead of schedule on that one, Paschy.
Yeah, a little, yeah. I also said I will never make SSL in December, and I'm super close to it.
So I mean, if you stop talking to me, you could probably make it tonight if you really wanted to.
That's amazing.
Chat's asking. I mean, obviously, I don't know if this was really a thing when you were playing, but having a dedicated button for air roll left and right, have you been using that at all?
People telling me that I actually have a SCUF controller, which I bought for playing Warzone, and now I just put arrow left and right on my pads, but I haven't tried those mechanics yet because I still want to learn the others. Like I want to master the other mechanics before I learn the really, really difficult ones. I don't really know what arrow left and right is for. I just know that the breezy flick, or what it's called, you need the arrow left and right for it, and
you need it for stalls as well.
Yeah, but pros don't really use the stalls. I heard. Bluey, I looked in Bluey's stream, and he said I had a question from some viewer, and he said, "Yeah, I don't know, stalling isn't really for me because my dead zone is that low, and my dead zone is also low. I think you need like point."
Yeah, you need a little bit of give on it, but basically it's used for setting up like a flip reset. Like there's some cool things you can do with it just for like manipulation, but usually the game's going so dang fast that like you don't.
Yeah.
It definitely depends on the player. It's just a matter of how much you're trying to style. I mean, yeah, some of the guys like probably like Arsenal and stuff that are hitting musty doubles at LAN, maybe, but yeah, it's definitely something that I think you're gonna have fun experimenting with, which I think is cool. I mean, I think the biggest thing that I want to go back to is the fact that it is all new for you.
Yeah.
It's like a brand new game, and the fact that all that. I mean, none of this when you first started. I mean, Were you a SARP vet? I don't remember. I don't think so.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you
was,
were. You were.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, coming into the game, I mean, the feeling of knowing like all these tutorials are already out, all these new mechanics are something that you had to figure out with your fellow competitors and just naturally progress. But now you have the ability to kind of supersede that. You can just go to YouTube and search how do I speed flip, and it's just there. Everything you need to know
Yeah,
how to do.
that's actually what I did on stream
Yeah.
on Saturday. Like, how do I speed? I was like, oh, that's super good. And just try to learn it.
It's a little bit different, man, from when you were a pro, trying to figure out how to stay ahead of the pack. And I mean, you playing catch up, I think, is not going to last long. I don't think you're gonna have to play catch up for much longer, based on the way that you're playing, man. A motivated Paschy and one that's having fun. I feel that's pretty dangerous for everybody else you're going up against.
Yeah, that was one of the main points where I stopped playing. I just didn't enjoy the game anymore. Like the whole year before, the last year I played was 2018 when we signed for Vitality, but all that year, I think my average playtime was 2.5 hours, which is just nothing. Yeah, just totally.
It's like my hours.
Yeah, that wasn't that great. But I mean, if you don't, and also not having fun, so yeah, now it's totally different.
Have you just been solo queuing and everything, or you been teaming up with anybody?
No, I have just been solo queuing. People are asking me why I don't team up, and I'm just saying it's more of a mix-up, and I just want to solo queue till I'm like in top 100 or whatever, and then I can maybe start teaming up. But now I'm just going for the solo grind. It's more challenging in my opinion, also.
Yeah, it's faster to level up when you don't have anybody else. Just because if you're winning your matches, you get more MMR. But the concept of not having anybody you can rely on and stuff too, I'm sure is exciting. And you're learning how. I mean, obviously, just queuing Europe for now. I don't know what your ping is to NA. It's been pretty rough for a lot of people lately. If you do end up queuing over to US East as well, but it's from playing the game and stuff.
The mates are way more reliable now than they were back then in the days, even low MMR. I feel like.
Really.
Yeah, they're tough reads from the back from like I'm sitting in defense and there's a high ball flying in and I'm used to think okay he will miss it 100% and I was just hitting it, so that's really fun actually. Like I'm having really good matches already now. So yeah, that's.
Does it shock you that it? I mean, you're still like if you're like 1800, you're still like good. I mean, I don't know where it's at now. It's probably like 2100. I mean, you're still a good like 300 MMR off.
I think it's 250 to getting top 100. So someone in my chat told me that the top 100 player, the last one on the list, was having 2050 points.
Yeah, I'm probably thinking just like pro play. Pro play usually starts at like 22, 2300 usually. It's
pretty
common. I mean, that's gotta be exciting, man. It's gotta be so fun to look forward to the fact that you can actually, maybe get there. I know I never will, but I also don't have the motivation to play.
I'm also thinking in my head, what will I say to myself 5 years from now? Like, I think if I don't actually push for like the maximum now, I think I will be disappointed in the future, telling myself, why did you not just try to go pro again, like just for fun even? So that's what I'm doing now.
I mean, what are your goals and ambitions then, man? Looking a little ahead. I mean, if you're thinking like, hey, no regrets, kind of give myself an opportunity to do it. Grinding seems like the option. Content, doing what you can right now. But do you have any like personal goals over the next year? I mean, we're just about to get into 2021. Is there anything that you want to accomplish by the end?
If I keep on grinding like this, I think my goal for the end of next year would be to be on a pro team. Maybe, I don't know.
Big ambitions, man. I like it.
I mean, if I keep on grinding like this, I mean, all this time that I put in Rocket League, I think that has to be my goal. But I mean, I have to also keep doing it. So yeah, I don't know.
What about for content? Anything that you wanna, other than speaking German and being good at the game, is there a niche that you wanna focus on, or are you just doing like, I don't know if you're doing like YouTube or anything like that, or if it's just streaming right now for you?
Yeah, of course. Just I told to my stream that I will never quit doing content ever again. Like that's the only point where I'm playing. Not the only point, but it's the main point where I'm playing Rocket League again. It's because I'm streaming, so I won't stop streaming like I did before. And yeah, main goals also. I mean, doing a career out of streaming. I think having this opportunity again, all this support and the subs that are coming in, it would be really stupid not to also go for a streaming career. I also, at the moment, I'm not very sure about if I will finish my apprenticeship, because I'm having other offers doing kind of a moderating thing for the German community, for the German Rocket League community and other games, which I still have to consider, because I mean, I want to have enough time to grind Rocket League. That's my main goal at the moment. Going full content, grinding full Rocket League, and yeah. If I keep on doing that, also having getting pro again in my mind.
How much longer do you have left in that apprenticeship?
It's till the end of it's mid 2022, which is a long time still.
Okay, so you're about just shy of like a year and a half in.
Yeah, it's pretty long though. If I keep on grinding like this, like if I could pro, I don't know if I can keep doing it. And if I have the option to be a pro again, and have to decide between both of those things, I can't say no to be a Rocket League pro again. I just can't.
Right.
That would totally destroy my mind.
I mean, do you miss it? Do you miss I'm sure you do. You've always been a pretty competitive person. I mean, I'm sure you miss competing.
I miss it for sure.
What's is there anything like specific that you miss? Like is it just like competing at LAN? I mean, nobody can do that right now, but I mean,
kind of want to. Show myself at LAN again, because we were always so good at the end in the online tournaments and regionals, and then every time we went to LAN, we just completely sucked. Because I feel like the first 2 matches you play on LAN are really important.
Yeah.
And if you end up being 0-2 in the first match, you're just super nervous. And if you lose that game, you're also super nervous for the losers bracket. I remember at Amsterdam, we won the first game. We did a reverse sweep, and then we just like completely had no nerves at all anymore, no pressure, and we ended up going to the finals. But it's like that's almost 4 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. The format.
I myself at LAN again. Yeah, that's something. If I would ever be a pro again, I would for sure do that. I want to do that.
I mean, again, Paschy, big aspirations for a big guy. I mean, for those that don't know, you're kind of a towering monster, and we're. But I mean, other than Rocket League, is there any other things that you are focused on? Any things that you're doing? I mean, it seems like most of your dedication is just straight like content, grind, etc. But is there any like hobbies, passions, stuff outside of that are keeping you busy? Any things that are keeping you sane? And COVID's obviously
I was doing a ton of fitness, but now since Corona and the gyms in Germany are closed since 1 month now, and before that I was sick, so since like 2 or 3 months I couldn't go to the gym anymore. That was kind of a hobby because I did it 5 times a week and actually built up a ton of muscles, but now they're just all going away again, which is frustrating. But I mean, Rocket League fun, the fun part of Rocket League is just keeping me happy, streaming and playing Rocket League and having a ton of fun is just making me really happy again.
Yeah, Chet doesn't realize it. Like sometimes it goes both ways. Obviously, we are viewed by some people as, entertainment, people to keep them after, a long day of work or whatever it is. It's a distraction. But I think the same thing applies for us. I mean, every single day, I'm stuck in my apartment. I can't go out. I can't go do stuff. If I do, it's very, very limited. So having, hundreds of people to come and talk and interact with, is definitely a mental break from the, everyday thoughts of, well, the world kind of sucks right now. So like it goes both ways, and I think you're reacting to that in a different perspective. Obviously you're the grind in the game, but time's passing very quickly because not only are you playing the game and having fun with it, but then you look at chat and you're talking and interacting and just having fun with it, and all of a sudden, like you said, it's 3-5 hours later.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, shit, Paschy. It's I'm excited to see where this content creation path is. I highly recommend you don't just stick to Twitch, do your YouTube. As much as I hate TikTok, I have to recommend it. It's good for discoverability, but like, don't stick all your eggs in one basket, man. Branch out. I mean, you're lucky that you have a big jump start compared to most people, but take advantage of that, man. I mean, you can easily clickbait. I'm back on YouTube.
That's kind of clickbait, but yeah, but I don't want to do English YouTube. I also want to turn it in German.
Don't, by all means, man. Don't. I don't know. I just don't know how you say I'm back in German. So, and I'm not even gonna try to butcher it. So,
yeah.
Yeah, man, it's awesome, man. It's been a long time coming, even though we had no idea it was gonna happen. But I'm excited for it, man. Paschy, you've always been a very forward-facing figure in the Rocket League community, so it is very exciting to have a strong personality back. And even though you're just getting started, like you said, it's only been 10 days. I'm looking forward to see how you close out the year, man.
Yeah, same.
So what's next, man?
Also wish you lots of luck, and yeah, maybe there will be a RCS comeback, but I don't know about that specifically. I don't know if that's
How about we get you in some
viable
show
option
matches
for
or
you.
something first, Paschy? I think that's step one is get you in some show matches. And
I think I still need a bit of time to
nah,
play
throw you
show
into the gauntlet right away, brother.
match.
Put you up, let everybody, because then you can think of the comeback, right? They're like, oh, Paschy's washed. Why did you even come back? And then they don't realize you've only been playing for 10 days. You know?
Yeah, so some people were coming into my chat and they're asking, okay, how bad is Paschy? And then they're saying, oh, he's 1,800. What the hell? That's kind of motivating for me. People are just surprised how high I am
I'm telling you, man.
already. Yeah.
Make that your title. Make that your title of your stream, like day 11 back from, or like back in Rocket League 11 day, 12th day, 13th day. Just like keep adding it up, just so people know like how many days you've been back at it and keep track of that, man. That's a storyline that I'm waiting to follow. And then maybe, you know, some crazy people like you become a pro again or something like that, and the esports score picks up a video of you and does a documentary or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Be crazy, man. There's a lot of fun things to think about, but glad to see you putting yourself in that position in the first place, man. It's good to see that you have the mentality of, you know, content number one. You know, you got to put that focus there.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, man.
Well, I guess we will talk again in I don't know, a few weeks or
Yeah.
in a month or
I
something,
mean,
and see where it's going then.
Paschy, you talk to me whenever you want, man. My DMs are always open for you, bud.
Yeah. I mean, we've been talking a few times over the last 2 years. I think. Not that much. But
Yeah,
like,
I can probably count a few times on one hand, man. It's definitely been a few.
But compared to other people, I think we've been talking a lot during those 2 years.
I mean, a lot is more than zero is a lot. So yeah, I think that's fair, man. I think that's fair. But shit, don't be a stranger, Paschy. You're always welcome to come and hang out. If you want to do watch parties in English, you're always welcome to come hang out with us.
When I used to be a pro, I used to enjoyed your streams, just having them like on my second PC and playing free play. That was always super chill. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. But shoot, I'll let you go. Thank you for taking the time. Totally unplanned and totally candid, which is the way that we prefer things. But people in the comments down below, my recommendation.
That's how esports works.
Yeah, I'm gonna go harass Paschy in DMs at some point. I'm gonna get all of his stuff. I'm gonna force him to make a YouTube, and then you guys should leave comments down below what you want from Paschy, so we can go back and look at this video, and kind of have a starting base for what the things that people want from the community.
Well, we actually have a YouTube series going now.
Let's
go. We have to make a time. I mean, like, let's say 3 or 4 weeks, and then we talk again and see how it's going.
I'm down, man. I'm down. We'll check in with Paschy every like 3 weeks. I'm so down, man. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah. 3 weeks from now, oh, Paschy retired again. How sad.
So guys, the second episode never happened. Paschy decided it was too hard. No, man. Yeah, we'll have to check back in, man. I think I'm looking forward to it. It should be a fun talk and seeing your progression. But more importantly, for anybody who is watching, paying attention, anybody in the comments, leave comments down below. Let Paschy know what you guys want to see, or go yell at him at Paschy90. All social medias: Twitter, YouTube. I assume. I don't know if you have 1,000 subs, so you can have a vanity link. Twitch, anything like that. Go harass the heck out of him, but do it nice and in German. I don't know if that's a thing. Can people harass nicely in German? Because everything sounds angry.
No, yeah, of course. In German, it's actually really easy. You can say the worst stuff, and it would still be funny. That's how German works.
Interesting. All right, man. Thank you for taking the time. We'll catch you later. All right, bud.
Same for you. See you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. See you later, man.